make sure it shows your window. That's there. Yep, wait, you're good. Okay, hang on now.
Okay.
I'm gonna jab, see if it works.
Okay, cool. Yo, 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 yo. Let me check and see if everything is working. Can everybody hear me or anybody hear me? Should be good, I think. We're good, Nick? You can hear me? Cool, cool. And volume is good. Okay. Yeah, looks like we're good. Okay, very good, very good. Let me just get a couple of things set up here. Move this out the way. Okay. All right. How we doing, guys? How we doing? How we doing? Who we got here? Ghost Break Trader. Salmanuccia. Is that how you say it? Sonic. And I see Nick here. Oh, Lurton RTY. Okay. I actually haven't even looked at the charts yet, so I'm gonna do a top down. Yeah, let's just we can do a top down. I'll give it like a minute for some people to join. I just set up a couple of things here. How was everybody's weekend? Everybody refreshed and ready for next week, or this week? No, I guess Sunday night. Okay, let me get these fired up. Clean up some of these charts. Okay, let's start going through some charts. Just starting on the weekly, pretty bullish, right? I think the obvious target for all indices is previous weekly high. No, or did ES hit it? No, like we're already very, very close to hitting it. Kind of straight from the open. But that's obviously the first draw, and then once we take that, then we can kind of reevaluate. We'll have to see, are we going to go higher? Maybe we get some bit of a pullback. I would love to see us, like, I can't really believe we didn't take out this like weekly low from revisit it last week. So maybe we, I don't know, this week, next week, sometime I'm hoping this gets revisited. Just because we opened so flat, like this never got revisited. It did an ES and YM. Okay, looks like ES is actually at previous weekly high. Let's actually look at the hourly here and see. Yeah, okay, so we came around, swept out this hourly candle. Didn't really get much of a retrace here. Did this take out this low? No, okay. Because that would have been a nice setup. I would have liked for this candle to take out this candle's low into this gap. Have a nice like OB here. Yeah, something like that would have been nice if we had taken out this low, but I don't really like these two equal lows here. So yeah, so I think pretty obvious draw here to previous weekly high. Let's see if I don't know if we get anything to take it up there. Yo, Ghost, how we doing, man? Okay, we have hourly gap here. Don't know if we'll come down that far before taking it out. Unless we create another 30-minute gap in here, I could look for something to frame longs to the high there, but that won't be for till at least 9. So let's just see. It's kind of same on all of them, right? Yeah. I got an alert on RTY and I don't know why. Let me check our previous weekly high on RTY is, here we go. Yeah, we're a long way from it on RTY, so that could be a nice little like catch up play for during the week. Again, RTY with a flat weekly open, similar to NQ that never got touched last week. So let's check out gold. Gold is good during Asia. Again, previous weekly high and previous weekly high, I guess, has to be the target. These equal highs here. Swept previous weekly low, had a nice bullish close, so expecting us for continuations this week. Check the daily. Or did that take that previous weekly high? Yeah, barely. Okay, let's just move this over here. There's still like relative equal highs for me, so. And same with silver. So we definitely want those to go. Okay, so where did we open? Traded lower. Check the 4 hour. No real S&T here. We do this 4 hour sweep. I'd like to see this close like a C2. And trade, yeah, I think the draw is pretty obvious on any hourly gaps. No. No hourly gap here would be nice. If we, yeah, if we create one, if we can close like up here, then at 9 o'clock trade back into it and go higher, would be ideal. Yo, how we doing? What's up, Daring? Yo, Tilt. How we doing? MG and DG, sorry. How we doing? How we doing? I've just been doing a quick run through of just since we had the open a couple of hours ago. So I've just done a quick run through of indices and gold, pretty much. But if you guys want me to look at anything, or if you're seeing anything, let me know. If you have any questions, also let me know. I think Nick will put out something more formal, but basically this stream is just going to be, yes, obviously we're going to come and look for trades, but for those of you that know, Nick has like a private mentorship that he's asked me to help out with for the last couple of months, and really been enjoying it. So he asked me, like, since I really love like helping people, would I have any interest in going and doing some educational streams on YouTube? So said yeah, sure. So I said Asia is probably the best time to run them, and honestly, Asia's been really good lately because I'm sure all you guys have at least been stopped. Maybe it helped you sometimes, but have been on the wrong end of a Trump tweet a couple of times. So at least he's sleeping during Asia, so you get a bit more. It's a bit more chill. So it's a good time just to talk through whatever you guys want, be it like props or journaling or psychology or whatever you guys want to discuss. It's an open forum here, and yeah, and we'll also obviously look at the charts, answer any questions, and hopefully take some nice trades. I don't usually trade them. No, I'll watch them. It kind of depends. I don't religiously sit down on Sunday, but if I see something has a nice close coming into Friday that I want to see, I'll definitely monitor it. But I usually didn't like trade Asia at all until like the last month, maybe, or 6 weeks, and it's actually been working out great. So it's nice to, like, if you catch a winner in Asia. When did I catch a winner in Asia? Was it like last? I can't remember. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? And then I just basically took the next day off because all my props had hit like max consistency, so I couldn't take a trade. Even if I wanted to, I'd be wrecking my consistency rule. So that was nice. Let's check. I actually would love to try and catch this to this high, even YM, if it was giving it, but I would need YM to close above this at a minimum. I would love a gap as well. I would prefer a gap at some stage. That's a good ear, MDG. That's a good ear. Yes, I'm Irish, but I'm currently living in New York for the last 10, nearly 11 years now. So hopefully you guys, I assume it's going to be mostly Americans at this time. All Europeans are in bed, I imagine. Does former Chair Paul speaking still have any impact? He's speaking. No, I don't think so. Dirt Road Falcons, I don't think so. I mean, like, even red folder news, like, even so, having red folder news, there's different categories of red folder news, but like even the big three, like NFP, NFP, CPI, like, they're not even moving the market now. Like, if I told you go back in your chart and like pick out NFP or CPI or FOMC, you wouldn't be able to do it. Like, but before, you'd always be able to say, oh, here we go, like 8:30 or I guess 2 p.m. for FOMC. But like, I don't know if any of you guys do the OSOC method for trying to pass some evals, but like, that has been horrific. I think Apex must have called J Pow or whoever and being like, calm down the numbers a small bit because we're getting wrecked, but it barely moves now. It's so frustrating. So long-winded answer. No, I don't think he. Yeah, I've been so lackluster. So I don't think. I don't think there's going to be anything to it. Yo, Troy, what's up, man? How we doing? Long time no talk. How long time? That's a good question. That's a good question because it's the usual like the people ever ask you like how long have you been trading? It's like a kind of how long is a piece of string thing because when I first started, I was doing pretty much I guess like other people. I was doing RSI and like just like strength and resistance levels, just like all that kind of shit. Then like was that really trading? Like was I actually trading? Then I kind of found ICT, started learning about that concepts, but like was I actually like trading or was I just like messing around, not really knowing what I was doing? But once I started taking it serious, probably 2 years, maybe 18 months, 2 years, probably till I got consistent, I guess. That's how I met Nick. Nick used to do backtesting streams in T's Discord, and I yeah, I was basically just sick of like blowing evals and stuff, and then I just thought it'd be a good fit. He was a dad, um, a family man, and I just said this is someone I could like relate to. So I just DM'd him and I said, man, I need some help. And then yeah, we just paired up, and I actually was down in the Carolinas one time, went and met him, and then we just kind of worked or been working with each other since, or he's been helping me out since, and then yeah, really, really turned the corner there. So neither did I. Deuces, neither did I, because when Nick asked me to do it, he was like, "Will you stream on my channel?" And my first question was like, "How the hell does that work?" Um, but we we spent the last like 20 or 30 minutes trying to set it up. So forgive me, I'm not like the best at this. As you can see, my I think my camera is a little bit like doesn't fit perfectly in that top left corner. So we're gonna be tweaking some things moving forward. I gotta order myself a mic and stuff as well. So um, yep. So I would prefer if this didn't take this out and give us some sort of retracement. Um, yes, we have some SMT here, I guess, but I just think we're too close to the high here to create SMT. Um, like I wouldn't like to short away from this SMT. We'd need some sort of like displacement. And then on gold, silver actually looks much stronger here. We took out this low. I'd like to see us close above here now. This hourly candle almost did, but not quite. Um, so yeah, let's see. Let's see where these close. Troy, I haven't talked to you in ages, man. What have you been up to? Let me check something here. Do 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 do. um, I didn't really, to be honest. Um, it was, I won't say forced. It was something that I always wanted to like. I would love to. It was always something I was interested in, but I thought, especially when I moved to New York, I thought that I like I always had an interest in trading, and I was like, okay, I'm moving to New York now, I might give it a chance. But like then when you hear of people in Wall Street and like quants and like the brainiacs that work there, I was like, oh man, I'm definitely not smart enough to be a trader. Um, and it's only when I saw kind of guys like Nick and Matt, people like that, like this is Nick would tell you himself, like he would say he's like not like the smartest guy in the world, but he can like he's a great trader. So once you have a system, it's more about being like disciplined. Like, can you stick to your psychology, stuff like that. So once I kind of found out, I was like, okay, maybe I can do it. You don't have to be like have like a degree in I don't know maths and go to Harvard to work at all like these big firms. So I just said, yeah, why not? And then I got let go during COVID, and I just said, you know what, now is a good time to like try and start learning. And that was it. And I just kind of put some money aside that I had, and I just said that I would go for it. And I'm the kind of guy who, if I want to do something, I need to be like all in. That I couldn't have done it while I was working because um, I wouldn't have given enough time. You know, it's just kind of like I needed to put myself in a position where I like sink or swim, and that's it. And then just trying to keep the head above water and not sink. Trying to get some payouts, and I just said if my whatever money I had saved, if that was gone, I would go back to work. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'd love a deep dive into your. Actually, Nick, I did a. It's I won't say it's outdated, but it's like it's been a while. But Nick and I actually did a podcast, or like a I won't call it a podcast. Podcast too fancy of a word, but if you go to I guess this YouTube channel now that I'm on Nick's YouTube channel, there's a chat between me and him. He basically goes through my whole journey. So check that out, Zeus. So a question: how many of you guys would? Oh yeah, no problem. Ask any questions you want, guys. Be it like about full time trading or uh, anything you want. Like there's nothing too personal. But let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys here would, I guess, are full time traders or would love to be full time traders, or are there people here who like love their job and just like trading side income just for a bit of extra money? What's the overall like consensus? Okay, we'll give this. Let me check the 30 minutes. Full time is a goal. Okay, I'm a student trader. Okay. And Dort, what would you say is the main thing holding you back from that right now? Definitely the goal, just building out the structure. Yes, 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 yes. I can't wait to fucking hate 9 to 5. Yeah. You know what the classic is though, when you become, not when you become a trader, but like the classic trader thing is like, just like you said, Ghost is like, oh man, I fucking hate 9 to 5. I wish I was a trader. But then traders come and literally spend like from 5 a.m. They do the 5 to 9. They do from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. just constantly staring at charts. Like, want to trade every session, want to be in every trade. Like, when people try and like make it, um, the amount of guys I know that like say, oh, I want to quit my 9 to 5, or I have quit my 9 to 5, only to spend way more hours at staring at charts is kind of funny. So yeah, so building out the structure. So you're talking more about like your trading plan, essentially. Like, do you have a model or a plan in place now, or is that something you're working on? Zeus, that's for you. And Dirt, I also see you said your full-time is the goal. So what's, even if you don't want to be a full-time trader, or people who are learning, what would you say is the biggest thing holding you back right now? Ah, you're pretty new, so okay, okay. I know people think, and I don't mean like that's not a um like a, what's the word, like a slight on you or whatever, but yeah, like people think they can come in and learn the stuff in like 6 months or a year. It's just like that doesn't work. Doesn't work like that. Didn't know what a candlestick was a year ago. Yeah, so that's, I would still classify you as new, trying to focus on the strat consistently and journaling at the moment. Yeah, that's it, man. That's, journaling would probably be the single most important thing that you do to become a profitable trader. And what do you guys mostly trade? Is it like, I assume most of you guys are ICT traders. Are you? I know Nick is obviously a, and I am mostly too, a unicorn trader. Now I do trade a bit different to Nick, but pretty much the same premise. Um, we do have a 30-minute gap here, and we have an S&T, but I don't like how we swept out this high. Yeah, I would like to see us close above this kind of pretty quickly. If we were to look for, if you were to look for a long here, you would want to see this like candle close above and the next candle close above. Plan of consistency are there. Okay, the challenge is submitting to time. Yes, 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 yes. Time is huge, man. Time is a huge one. Time is a huge one. You're just in that stage of like, are you in a rush to make money? I guess is the term. That's one thing you can't speed up with no matter what. You just can't change. Of course, I'm a unicorn trader too. Okay, okay. Oh, Forever okay. Trade GXT now. I think that's pretty much the same as Matt. Matt's pretty much. I don't know. I honestly don't know what GXT is fully, so I can't. But I think that's what Matt does. Do I use it? Yeah, I have TradeZilla just for tracking purposes, but I just use Notion. I like manual entering my trades, mainly for my, like what I'm feeling during a trade or psychology and stuff. But then I also have TradeZilla that just tracks like my P&L, but then um, like all the other things. So we'll say like there's actually a student in Nick's mentorship now that I'm working with, and it's she's she's learning, I guess, but she has, this is probably like a advantage women have over men. I won't say for all men, but um, her journal is like super detailed. It's like really lengthy, super detailed. The only problem was she had a load of information in there, but she had no way of tracking it. So like if I said to her, I don't know, like what's your most profitable time a day? Like what's your most profitable entry time? Like is the M5, is the M15, is the M3? Like what day are you most profitable? Like she wasn't able to tell me any of that, even though she had all the data. She had no database, I guess. So that's kind of what I use. That's what I use TradeZilla for, essentially. And I just look at it like monthly, weekly sometimes, but I'll still journal all my trades manually in Notion, and then I'll put the link from Notion into my TradeZilla, and then it's just kind of all there linked together. Okay, so it just sounds like a bit of impatience. Dort, is it? Is that the one? Yeah, you just got to. So like, let's have a look at this here really quickly. Like if you say you're waiting for CSD here, you would maybe just like fire at this before it even closes. Like say this candle, obviously it was like all the way up here. At one stage before it closed, you would just, yeah. Now you gotta wait for candle closures, man. You gotta wait for it. Because like obviously shit like this happens. And then you also gotta be okay with like sometimes it will just close up here and it will just go without you, and that's just like part of the game. Like that's, yes, it sucks, but that's unfortunately just part of the game. Yeah, GXC, yeah, universal model, yeah. So universal model is kind of like I learned a lot of stuff from MMXM as well. That's kind of how when I started trading, like the fundamentals and stuff. So just ERL to IRL essentially. That's what a universal model is. So that's essentially what I trade. That's why I need gaps, and I look for SMT, GXT. But that's what I'm learning also. I'm not use this concept too. Yeah. I think it's just like I think everyone uses a form of it. It's just called so many different things, you know. Yeah, let me look at the 4 hour. Yeah, that's a huge. No, the only times you can, I do agree with that. The only time is like this is at an open, so the open is like a volatile time anyway. But I do, I do agree, and I would want like I would want some sort of like gap printed here because we didn't actually like CSD here, so I would love a gap um, for them to trade into, preferably on gold because silver is just like way too expensive to trade. But gold isn't doing much here. Like this isn't, nothing about this is making me want to long it essentially. Yeah, exactly, Zeus. Yeah. People just put different spins or different connotations on it. It is start, yeah, my first stream, so go easy on me. My first stream, sure is. I barely know how to work like OBS or anything like that, so we'll slowly but surely make some improvements. I think Nick is going to talk about doing some like giveaways and things like that too moving forward. So yeah, so excited. Should be good. Ah shit. Okay, well there we go. Previous weekly high on all indices, or not all indices. NQ and ES rather. Let me check the overlay here. This is, I don't know. We'll see how this overlay closes. Like again, we have SMT here because it hasn't taken previous weekly high, but it's too close to here for me to short away from, unless we like started closing like we started closing back below here. With this SMT, I would think about it, but nothing as of now. Gold looks like it doesn't really want to do much here, to be honest. Like this long 90-minute wick, but yeah, there's 90-minute gap here. I would like to see us get above. Also, we gotta keep in mind this is actually one of the things I would always be. I won't say a downfall, but something I'd always get caught up in. So we see we have this weekly close here, sweeps out previous weekly low, and we have equal highs. So I'm automatically thinking like, okay, we're going to be bullish for the week, right? But what do we know about bullish weekly candles? Actually, I'm just going to ask some questions. So what do we want the next weekly candle to look like if we're going to be bullish? say we have an open, I'm looking for four words. Oh yes, like the stream too. And obviously Nick says drop whatever questions you want. Oh shit, let me turn this off. Exactly, Darren, yeah. So you want it to open, you want an open low. Imagine this is the candle. High, close. Exactly, open low. So we have our open Sunday night. So when would we prefer to have the low set? At the beginning of the week, the end of the week? What are we thinking? So daring and dirt are both right. So we do want a open and we want it to trade lower. But when do we want it to trade lower? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, there's probably a bit of a delay too, so I may be asking questions a couple of times. Yeah, exactly. So we want this ideally happen on Monday or Tuesday, and then it gives the time for like the rest of the week to expand, like Wednesday, Thursday, or even Friday if needs be. So what my problem would be is, say I have my draw here, just writing like black. So this is my weekly draw, I will say, up here. And down here we have the weekly open. I would be so set on my draw that I just nearly like I would come in at Sunday night or Monday and I'm trading it as if it's going to do this, you know, like literally makes no sense. So I'd be like Monday I could be longing it, Tuesday I could be longing it, and then I'd be so like annoyed at the pair for not wanting to do it. Wednesday and Thursday then it would go in my favor and I would miss the whole move, you know. Whereas now when I know I'm looking for this, I actually want tomorrow or today, sorry, Monday, whatever, to trade lower. We have a small bit of a wick here, but like even if we went lower Monday, Tuesday, and then we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday towards the high, that's kind of what I'd be looking for. How do you stack accounts and what is your approach? Well, okay, so it's actually funny. So monthly withdrawals, I don't like wait for um like I wouldn't wait till the end of the month if I had a payout. Like if any of you guys have payouts and you're able to take them, just take them. This is what I'll tell everyone that ever asks me. Like, oh, I have like I can take out X amount, but should I wait or like try and get more or whatever? If you can take some money out, take it. The whole idea is get the money out of the prop firms and not be giving it to them. So what I currently stack accounts, I just try and like I'll go for one fund and then or one firm and I'll try and max them out and then I'll move on to the next one. So right now I think I have like let me check. I think I have like 10 Apexes, 5 TradeWise, 5 Lucids. I have only 2 funded next, so I could add a few there. I don't have any my funded futures, which I can probably add. And there's probably a few more, so. And the other thing is to, like, when you get these accounts, for you guys who are just trying to, like, pass evals or, like, don't put the accounts up on, like, some sort of pedestal. Yes, it's great, like, if you pass an eval and you don't, like, you're not used to passing or you pass your first eval, like, that's great, of course. Like, that's a big milestone. But people put them up on pedestals in and think, like, oh, once I have one, I'm never again gonna, like, need anything else. But, like, the way the platforms are set up is like, and the way you're trading, like say you, I don't know, use 10, so say you divide your drawdown by 10, so you have a 2,000 drawdown, you risk like 200 or 250 or 300, like there's still a good chance you're going to blow that account at some stage. And that's completely fine. But like the idea is to get money out of the accounts or out of the prop firms into your bank. And then if you need to buy more, you just buy more, that's fine. So that's kind of what I do. Where's the question gone? Sorry, I'm not getting lost here a little bit. Yeah, so it was Zeus asked. Yeah, so that's kind of how I do it. So like if I have 10 Apex, I'll just try and get payouts and then I'll try and get another 10. But like if I ever blow them, I'll just like buy them again, you know. Sorry, I think I missed a few questions. Sorry, Gary, Mrs. Looks high probability since silver has a two-stage string switch PSP could confirm low of the day. Yeah, so you're talking about 4 hour. Daring like this, if it would have to close bullish and this would have to close bearish. Is that what you're talking about? Let me catch up. Which pairs do I trade? Go, so mainly indices, gold, and sometimes oil. It depends. Sometimes oil can be clean, sometimes it just does like nothing. So it kind of depends. But mainly indices and gold. I had a couple of CFD accounts that I trade more for like swings, but for intraday trading mainly indices and gold and a small bit of oil. Indicators, I actually have the T trades TTFM indicator. I actually got it for free. I can't tell you guys how, but so that's basically what I use, that TTFM, and this is like this is the watermark. This is just average daily range, but I barely look at that really, to be honest. And that's it. The main reason I love the TTFM thing is because it gives you like the higher time frame candles here and like the C of the candles essentially. So that's pretty much what I use that for. Yes, early. Yeah, sorry, I got early in the week for sure. Yeah, Tuesdays. Yeah, bullish and gold for. I am. Who asked me that? Dort. Yes, I am. Just based on like. Let me just look at this here. So like, why can't I go to replay now? I don't know. It's not letting me replay. But imagine this candle isn't here. Like after this sweep and close back in here, like I definitely think we're going to come up and take out these highs. That's just what I'm looking at. But yes, I definitely need to see more. Like I'm not just going to like long it from here. We do have this 4 hour week. We haven't really tapped into anything. Silver definitely looks more bullish here. Took out this low, we didn't close above. We had this gap here too. So that's definitely what I'm looking at. We do have S&T here at this low. So, but like you said, I definitely need to see more. Like I'm not going to long it here. We have previous weekly high is where? Why is this lagging? I would need to see, I would want to see gaps. Like this is previous weekly high here. I'd love to see like a 30-minute gap or something form, like up here somewhere, some sort of like 30-minute gap, and then we look for something like say we get like a 30-minute gap here somewhere. Maybe we just look for longs up there. That's what I would need. But yeah, I'm definitely not like definitely not long yet here. Gold shorts? I don't think so. Macro, what do you think? What do you see? I literally just went over my bullish bias there. So unless you see something else, I don't see them, to be honest. I actually sell them. It's only a new time frame I put on my chart. Is this for gold as well, Dort? Is that what we're talking about? You're talking about this one down here, Dort? This 6 hour gap. Um, makes sense. Close to PSP, yeah. They're talking about the gold forward there, right? Do you trade? Yes, I trade very similar to Nick. No, guys, no. I'm not Nick. I'm not Nick. No. My name is David. I'm one of Nick's students. So macro, no, this is not. This is not Nick. Wild berries, I'd love to tell you, but this isn't my channel. So I guess the best advice I could give you is hijack someone else's channel, like I'm doing. This is my first ever YouTube stream, so I've been very lucky for Nick to allow me to do it. So I can't. Nick would be the man to ask about that, but unless you can hijack someone else's stream. Yeah, so Dutch will talk about this one. I don't know if I would like to see it retrace that deep, to be honest. Like it would have to come way down below this low. Like I would like to see it go from somewhere here. I just don't really like the structure, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if I would want it to come down that far. I mean, it could definitely. I just don't know if I would want to see that. Because actually, we look at this here. We have 6 hour. Actually, just use this. So silver is actually tapped into this gap. So I definitely wouldn't want to see it now. So macro, you say 6 hour SMT at the highs. We are talking about metals, right? Because I don't see it. Like first thing I'd like to see in gold is we have this 90-minute bearish gap here. We'd have to get like above that. That's just like currently holding price down. Get above that. Something like that. I think is what I would like. What time is it? Okay, 10 to 9. Like if we got a close above here, it would be a start as well on silver. That might help out gold too. Oh, nice, AC. What part of Ireland are you from? Puerto Rico is, I don't know if there's so many Irish people in Puerto Rico. But yeah, good catch on well, I guess you're Irish on the accent. Most people have no idea where. First time I met Nick, he thought I was French with an accent like this. Um, what part of Ireland are you from? I'm from Cork, but I'm actually living I've been living in New York now for 10 years. How many people found Earth hijack the streams? Yeah, so keep firing away the questions, guys. There's not too much to look at. We'll see how silver closes here, but again, unless you guys are absolute like millionaires, it's just hard to trade. Hard to trade silver just with the. Actually, during Asia might not be too bad. From Dublin, okay, I live in New York for 11 years. Okay, pretty similar. Then Florida, no, nice. Do you trade full time, AC, or no? Macro, what are you in? Short? Are you short gold? Are you familiar with Freeman Castle Core? No. What's that? Tanila Rose. What's that? Sorry, Ranil, you asked that earlier. Yes, I do. I do. That's actually basically how I frame like my higher time frame bias, essentially. Um, Let me go to like once we got this sweep here into this gap here, like I just knew we were going to go higher. Not new, but like my bias was only high. I was not looking to come down here. So once we got this like C2, that's basically was my bias for the week. Then I will look for something similar on like the daily or like a 4 hour is kind of how I frame my bias. So I think the guys were saying they're like about trading universal models and stuff. So like this is not great here because we have no gap here. We have no like anything. So like let me go to, let me turn this off a sec. So we can see we've taken out some like liquidity here, right? We're starting to, obviously we're trading like down here. We hit this. Now we sweep this out. We also obviously get a bullish close. So this is like sell side of the curve, right? This then looks to be buy side of the curve up to here, with this being like your smart money reversal. So now I actually don't really care what happens over on this side of the chart. Like I'm done. I'm only looking for like these highs, right? Once we come in. So what I want to see is gaps. I need to see gaps away from here to show me that yes, price is willing to trade higher. So like I pretty much base all my trading on gaps. So once we get this close, we have a gap and we have the C2 closure. Like I'm only looking for longs here. Like this is really my trigger to, okay, we're about to like start heading this way. And that's just when I would look for my entry then. Obviously this is like not the cleanest delivery, but that's basically how I frame my bias. Does that answer your question, Ranlito? Yeah, this is like indices aren't really like reversing off of these highs, so like I could definitely see YM as a catch up, but like it's just like it's just swept out all these highs here, and now it's like not closing above these two downward close candles, so not looking too hot. Smart man, AC, smart man, good for you, good for you. What's it like down there? I assume it's like very hot there at the moment, right? It's an old castle. Okay, okay, Freeman Castle. Okay, where is it? Tanila. Do you know where in Ireland it is? Okay, we to go previously. Good. Yep. Don't know much about Irish, but I love me some Guinness. Yeah. Where are you from, Dirt? Hard to get good Guinness in America, I'm afraid. Just slightly early sometimes. Yeah. Who was it? I think it was Dirt actually was saying earlier that he struggles with waiting for candle closures, but that's really what you need. Please, can you explain more? Yeah. So basically, I was asked if do I wait for candle two closures on a higher time frame, and I said I do. I'll run over it one more time quickly. So basically, candle two closure is basically. Let me go back here. So basically, when this is our candle one, when this candle sweeps out this candle's low and closes back in the range, but we also have a gap here, so that makes it like very high probability. But that's how I frame like that's how I get my weekly bias. So I'm like basically looking to trade only longs here. But then within that candle, then if I go to like the 4 hour, like what do we have here? This is the same thing, just fractalized. So we have a 4 hour gap here. And we also sweep out this candle's low into a key level. So now, and we actually close above this candle's body too. So this basically is like my green light to like, okay, now we're going to start like trading here. And that's it. And then I will only be looking long unless like we close back below here again. And then my idea is invalidated. I'm just like, okay, then I just wait for something else. That's pretty much it. Yeah, sure. That's a good question. I'm probably a better continuation trader, but I think I prefer trading the reversal from Georgia. Oh, nice, 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 nice part of the world. Savannah is lovely. I was in Savannah before. It's lovely. I don't tilt. The only time I'll ever see them is when they're. I have the T trades like fractal model indicator here, so like they'll automatically print, but I won't. It's not something I use. I actually use average daily range more so than like if I wake up tomorrow and like price is like, let me just put this, make this like green, we'll say. If I wake up tomorrow and price is like up here, I'll find it very hard to take longs on indices because we've just already like pretty much gone way above the average daily range. So I don't no, I don't really use the standard deviations. The castle, it's in Kanturk. I'm from Cork and I live about 6 or 7 miles from Kanturk. That's where I was born and raised. I actually never knew. I know where the castle is, but I never knew that's what it was called. It's starting to heat up a bit. Well, summer's get pretty intense. I do my best to try to get back to Dublin for a bit. Yeah, I'm actually going back to Ireland now. I have a family wedding in the middle of June. What part of Dublin you in? My sister. She's actually just recently moved to New York too, but um, they have a house in. Names escape me. I always do this. Uh, Geez, it'll come to me. Give me a minute and it'll come to me. No, I do use daily, Thomas. Yeah, I do. That's kind of how I get my daily bias. But I'm just saying, like, I just start off the weekly, but like if I have weekly, I can go down to the 4 hour. But like, I use daily too. I use them all. Yeah. Like here's a nice daily example for you. Another C2 closure here. I think metals are best during Asia. I think um, unless indices are like close to their draw, I'll usually trade metals. Clontarf, yes, Clontarf. My wife just texted me; she must be listening to the stream. Clontarf is where it was. Um, so AC Clontarf, yeah, I can never think of the fucking place. Sorry, I shouldn't be cursing either. Yeah, Davy, bye. Are you Irish too or no? I know I struggle real like Nick always gives me crap over. I say like Tuesday, Tuesday. Like in the States, it's Tuesday, Tuesday. But I always say like Tuesday, Tuesday, bye. So I always get crap over that. Um, okay, let me just have a quick look again. Yeah, this was obviously the most obvious draw. Actually, who just asked me that question? Um, so, uh, Ramon Rosario. So basically, like, if we open up the week here, like we pretty much did, like, so say we had this bullish close and we opened the week here, like previous weekly high is the most obvious draw for me. Um, but like we kind of just open. You might have caught like this was the 6 o'clock open candle. You might have caught something at 7, maybe ish, the 7 and 8. But to me, I don't start trading Asia till like 8:30. 8:30 to 10:30 is kind of like the sweet spot, I guess. Um, but anyway, if we're like, even if it's during the week, it doesn't have to be Sunday. So say like we close, I don't know, a Wednesday night, a Wednesday New York, or yeah, New York PM, like here, like this will be the most obvious draw. So I could look to trade indices then. But if like we don't have a close to the draw, I won't really trade indices in a in Asia, but I will trade gold just because of its huge volume by the Asians. Okay, yeah, this is not what we want. Well, we have a gap, but we really would want this gap to hold here. Who said they were in shorts earlier and never told me what short they were in? Well, they said they were in gold shorts, but they never told me their entry. Did I answer you, Dort? Yeah, Savannah's class. Yeah, Savannah's really nice. Oh, Derry. Oh, nice, 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 nice. My old boy went to school in Derry. Actually, he's from Oma and Tyrone. Went to school there. Is it St. Columns he went to? Is that the name of the place? It was like a boarding school. And you live in Derry? Like, are you in Derry now, Davy, or no? It's late in Derry now, man. It's like what time? 2 a.m. I'm sure. Okay, Sandyford. Okay. How long have you been trading full time AC? Was it something you like? Did you do that at home before you moved to the States, or did you? Was it only recently? Yeah, this is not really what I want to be seeing here, to be honest. Let me just look at oil, but I don't think it's like that clean. Okay, looking at these oil charts, let's just look at a bit of bias. What would people's bias be on oil? Are we looking at longs or shorts? Do I ever? Yes, of course, yeah. You're only human, man. Of course, yeah. Yeah, St. Columns, yeah, that's funny, yeah. St. Columns. It's not still there though, right? That's closed, is it? Is it closed down now, or? But yeah, of course, yeah, of course, I do. I try my best not to, obviously. About 4 years. Okay, good stuff, man. Good stuff. As mainly um, futures, like you trade AC, just similar to like what I have here. And Thomas says, "Oh yeah, so you're referring to oil, Thomas, right? For the short when you say the shorts, yeah, shorts and oil, yeah, yep. Yeah, pretty much. Just goes back to when people ask me about my high time frame bias, like we just have these like we just have these sweeps here. Like this is actually a C2 closure, and we get a bearish C2. So like this, when this weekly candle closes here, this would be my target. But now that we've just like closed right through this low, then my eyes get drawn to here with relative equal lows here. And this here now, so we do have SMT here, is what we'd have to watch out for. But until I see some like significant displacement to the upside, I just think especially CL is just like, I don't think it's going to trade down this low and leave this low now. I think it's just too close to the low for the SMT to hold. And like, yeah, it's not the cleanest, but like this is a C2 here too. So you've got C3, and then like you can trade like C4 to the draw. That's basically how I get my bias. And then I will look for, again, like I always say, gaps. I need gaps here now that I can frame stuff away from. Nothing's like that clean now. We have this daily gap here. Why are these all coming up? Oh yeah, because I changed it. But we've already like tapped into trading away. I don't really want to see this again unless we come and resweep this high and then go lower. Something like that. Where is this high here? This one? Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe some sort of SMT there would be nice if we could take that out in oil and then go lower. But I definitely, oil isn't something I'd be trading during during Asia. Short, line from weekly, ES and Q hourly. Okay, yeah, so just the indices trader, okay. Any basketball fans in here? Any Knicks fans, more like it? New York's been crazy lately with the Knicks hype. Yeah, like not a nice close here now on YM. Not a nice close. Again. Like, I don't know if you would like. Don't know if I would want to short it, but you could. Just messy. You do have a lower time frame gap here that we've closed below, and you've got another CSD here. Like, if you really wanted to short this, you could. You would either, I mean, you could just, I'm not doing this by the way, but like you could just mark it right there, go for the low. You could wait to see if we create a gap, or you could wait for this retest. Or you could wait to see if we create some sort of gap here and then just enter like on the gap. But. It's not terrible. I just don't know about the draw. Like, the draw is the most important thing to me. We've hit this draw. Yeah, we could retrace, but I just don't know where we would, like, what would be our draw lower. You could take out this low here. To use two stage, yeah, I use them, but I don't. It's like I don't have to have them in order for me to take a trade. It's just more of a confluence thing. Like sometimes I'll take a trade with no SMT if I like to set up, but usually I like having SMT. If you have two stages, even better. But I don't. I won't not take a trade if I don't have two stage essentially. Yeah, I agree, Ramon. I agree. Yeah, Daring, were you looking at something like this? Yeah, I don't know. So we open, right? So we open, trade all the way down, trade all the way back up, go higher. I just don't know if we come down here again. That's my problem, Ramon. Is like it's just like okay. So can I see this happening? Yeah, I can. Is it something I want to be in? Not really, because it's not that high probability. Like, yeah, it could work out, so what? Like, that's fine. It's just a trade I didn't take, but I'd be more annoyed if I took it and ended up losing than I would be if I didn't take it and it won, essentially. But like, if you're looking to take it, you would just enter on this gap. This high should be protected now, and you would look for this. But like, I just don't really know what to make of this like 5 minute candle. We obviously just opened, trade lower straight away, and then just grind it up. Plus, I don't know how much volume YM has during Asia. like out of all the indices, it would be the lowest. Well, obviously besides probably besides RTY. Yeah, goals if not looking too hard. Yeah, Ramon, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like you just when you've no clear draw, it's just like now you would want these to start retracing too, which they could because they've taken out the high, but like ES again, I'm big on gaps. Like I would need to see gaps. ES has this one here, which is kind of nice. NQ doesn't. Like we sweep this high. I'll get the CSD here. So you would want to see us like pretty much do something like this. Where two RB? Yeah, this gap here. I know. I think if you took this, you would either be like, I won't say right or wrong, which is like obvious, but like you'd either be really right because you could, if we reverse from up here, like you don't really know where it could go. Like, do we come down here in this? You could catch an absolute monster trade if you were right, but I don't know. Like I said, we're just so close previous weekly high. I don't know if it like leaves it here. If this candle had traded like up and came back to its close, I would be much more likely to short this. But like the fact this is already traded lower, taken out like all the liquidity back up, traded higher, I just don't know why we would come back down here again. Not saying again, not saying it can't. I just it doesn't make sense to me to be honest. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Daring, you would just need more. Like you just have this like I don't even know if you call this SMT yet because like with no displacement away, it's just yeah, you just need to see more. You would want to see like NQ and ES just like consolidate this high or like retrace slightly or even like start keep going higher. Um, but yeah, if you get that PSP, you could, I guess, look for it. Yeah. Looks like we're not going to get that PSP on, or there's still 45 minutes left, I guess, on gold. Yeah, exactly. Daring, I think we literally just said that word for word. Yeah, exactly. Goals at 50 euro a week. Let's check. Let's check. Let's check. It's not something I use, but I can check. You talking about this thing, Ramon? I see you. I see you. It's not something I use, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Ooh. But again, the minimum I would honestly start closing above this gap. Not even these two up close candles because they haven't really trade into anything significant, so it wouldn't even be like a CSD if we did close above these. It only makes sense because YM. Oh, geez, it's been so bad. I can't remember the amount of times I've been stuck in YM while NQ and ES. Like, it's the like the uncorrelation or decorrelation, whatever the right word is crazy between NQ and YM. Like, if you miss NQ longs, just short YM, and vice versa. Like, if you're looking at long NQ and you end up missing it, just short YM. It's crazy how inverted they are. Which again actually goes up probably against my point. Like, you would want to see this starting to like turn around here and go lower, but like we said, YM just kind of has a mind of its own if you were to short it here. Oh yeah, you're looking at this OB here on this one. Yeah, I think that's just kind of what's holding your price at the moment. There is like 6-hour SMT here, this gap. So again, yeah, I do think we go higher, but again, I want to see like these. I want to see like these 30-minute and leave like some sort of gap here, trade into the gap and go higher. It's kind of what I want. Maybe it happens during like, I hope New York, not during London, but yeah, I hope it happens like, if it's not going to happen, no, I want it to happen during New York. Only thing iffy about gold is like daily consolidation in this area. Gold tends to like, it'll move for like 4 or 5 days and it'll just consolidate. Then it'll just move and then it'll consolidate. And it'll just move out of nowhere. You'll just be like, okay, I'm gone. Bye bye. Yeah, we did take out these here too, like that. Barely though, and we're going to trade it back. I still think it's going to go higher. Did anybody take this short, by the way, or no? Anybody take the YM short? Actually, let's check. Why do I have ES here? It should be YM. Yes, yes, yes. Like the stream, please, guys. Please, please, please. That would be much, much appreciated. Looking for a continuation on YM, Davey? Yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Like I said, it's first stream, so it's going to take a bit getting used to for me and for you guys, I guess. Especially when we're used to Nick, it can be a little bit different. But yeah, if you guys do this, we're going to do we're going to maybe start out like 3 days a week, and then we can up it if that works. We'll see how things go. like I said, I think Nick's going to start doing some giveaways and stuff as well. So should be good. Should be good. Should be good. Okay, YM's moving, moving, moving. Yeah, see, this is the problem. I have this 30-minute gap here. CSD is just so high though. Again, if I wanted long, like I've no targets. It's a problem. That's why I hate trading like at all-time highs. I've no targets. This, I guess, I can't remember who asked me about the standard deviation. This is maybe where you could like try and use them in for like this area. But again, like, does this really look like low of day? I don't really know. Like just opening and just like trading higher, higher, higher. I think like we'll trade down here at some stage. I don't know if it's like up higher and then lower. Do we do like trade higher in New York or London, sorry, and then get like a New York reversal? I don't know. I would say that I would be very surprised if this was like low of the day or low of the week, but then we did get like, how was this like the low of 2 weeks ago? Like, how do we just open, trade higher, and then that's just the end of it? That's it. I don't know. But I guess you just keep longing until it stops working, right? Yeah, good on you guys for waiting for continuation on this, because again, this is kind of why I wait for gaps. So like I'd love to see like a 30-minute, even a 15-minute gap, but 30-minute gap printed over here kind of tells you that we have this SMT and we're willing to trade away from it. But this SMT in its own is like irrelevant to me anyway, because we have SMT, but we have no expansion away. So like what confirms an SMT is displacement. So we don't really have that yet. Also, it's like 9:24. If you were going to want to trade it like this 30-minute candle away, you'd want this to be moving, because we're about to get another 30-minute close shortly. So I wouldn't probably enter in this candle if you were waiting for a trade. I'd probably wait for the next one. Might get a C2 closure into this gap here. Something like that. If you were looking to long it. Yeah, that's for sure, man. Like there's just, once they want to go, there's no stopping them. That's definitely one of my biggest problems, is I would come in and like I have no targets to the left, so I've nothing to target. So I'm kind of like, oh man, how much higher can this thing keep going? And it just keeps going, and then I just get left behind. That's why I struggle. I do struggle trading all-time highs. See how this closes. We will also be creating an hourly gap here too, so yeah, right now YM looks like it just wants to catch up to this previous weekly high, I think. Kind of depends if first sign will be like a close above here. Gold doing anything yet? This big wick. Any other questions, guys? Keep them coming. Is there anything else, guys, you always want to talk about? Yeah, kind of Zabarana. Yeah, I kind of have my own like entry style and stuff, but yeah, pretty much the same. Like as I was saying earlier, I'm a student of Nick, so I trade pretty similar to him. Yeah, at this point I just let it rip, just trade him. Yeah, that's kind of fair. That's fair. Solid, solid, solid. I'm in long, I'm wide. What do you think we hit? I'm in way I'm long. What do you think we hit? No. So word that again, Zabrana, because I don't understand. So I'm in a way I'm long. What do you think we hit? No, or in New York session open. Hit what? You mean previous weekly high? I do think it gets hit, but I don't know when. I do not know when. I wish I did because that would make my job a whole lot easier. Yeah, so I do think it gets hit, Zabarana. Yeah, I do think it gets hit. I just don't know. I mean, if it's gonna go, like you'd want it to go from here. I don't know. I don't know if like wants to do something like that. I don't think so. But especially if NQ and ES want to continue, I think it'll just it'll go for this. But don't let me or anyone else for that matter affect your trade. You should have that marked out. Like the reason you should be taking the trade is either like this is your plan or your draw is like towards the high. So whatever your planned draw was, take it off there. Like if you're, I don't know what trade you're in, but say you're in a trade here and your like TP is here, don't hold it for previous weekly high. Just whatever your planned TP was, just take it off there. It kind of depends how close we are to them, Ramon. Just kind of depends. Like this didn't get hit during New York. Like this just got ripped through during Asia, just because we were so close to it. Like we opened here, it wouldn't just like stall around here for all New York and all London and then just go there. Any movement on gold, like silver just looks so much stronger here. Like gold looks like it wants to come back down, take out this low. You would think, yeah. Like when you see this candle, like I would be like, oh my God, we're just going to start going straight here, but there's just zero follow through, like zero follow through. Asia hours is for short term. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what we spoke about. Exactly. Yeah. That's what someone was asking earlier. Do I trade indices during Asia? I will if it's like close to the target. Like if we don't hit the full target by the end of New York PM, I look for Asia. Then yeah, I agree. Average hour. So it was like I was always just like a 2 hour trader, just bang bang basics basics. I've been trying to like let them run more if I can, if I'm trading like with the higher time frame. So like say in indices now, like it's we're clearly bullish, but if I was to take a short someday, like I know it's against the higher time frame bias, so I'll always take it at 2 hour. But now I'm just trying to see if I can hold trades a bit longer. Um, a good month would probably be in the 60s ish, 60% ish. Yeah, I would say somewhere between like 50 and mid 60s, I would say. Like I was at, I don't know, was it like January was the worst, I think, was it? Was that like that was a really bad month? But the rest haven't been too bad then. Me, I know. Thanks, Nick. Great time to start. Great time to start. Now, to be fair, this one didn't chop. It just ripped. I was actually hoping something like this would happen, like at 8 or 9 o'clock, but just like ripped. Um, YM could catch up. Was like really indecisive. Gold, like I said, at this candle here, this 90-minute candle, looked like it just wanted to go straight higher, but it's not doing a whole pile. It's all good though. We're having some good discussion here. I'm enjoying it. Pretty much, pretty much. Do we got any news this week? Not that it's been like doing anything, but I guess we still got to keep our eye on it. Who's what props or who's your guys' favorite prop firms at the moment? I know I got asked earlier what accounts I use, but what are we big like Lucid people here? Are we Apex now with the new end of draw or end of day accounts, end of day drawdown accounts? What's the what's the consensus? Do people here trade their own money? What's the overall thought? Not yet. Kelsick, the trader. Not yet. I will be doing them in the future though. For Nick is going to get some accounts to give away. Lucid, yeah, Lucid is pretty good. I used to love the TradeWise straight to fundeds. I absolutely love those, but they're expensive now though, just compared to all the other ones you can get. Lucid, yeah. Apex funded next, yeah, pretty solid, yeah, pretty solid. Kind of nice actually that Apex did the batches of 5, so you don't have to spend 17 hours trying to buy 20 accounts. Better than a prop for more. That was literally the worst thing about Apex was if you wanted to buy like 20 accounts, Jesus. You know what? I've never bought a Top Step account. It's actually the firm I know least about. I've never. I don't know if it depends on the dress. I guess the same as every prop, but like I know people who love them and people who like absolutely despise them. Um, let's check what's going on here. Let's check what's going on. Yeah, this is just lower time frame chop here now at the moment. We did get a C2 30-minute closure here. It just looks like consolidation now, right? Like guys, I'm big on, so say we take out this low here into this gap, like, and we want to close above, we'll say here, right? I'm big on like needing this to go pretty immediate. Like you would want this next candle to do this, leave this gap here to show we want to go higher. Like if there's one thing I can tell you guys in your trading, see this here, say now we close above in this next candle, like this is not high probability. If we really wanted to go, we should come down, tap in, take this liquidity and like leave people behind. Like this is just way too much chopping around here. So you want to look for like this V shape. So say you have your CSD here, like you want to look for like straight in, straight out. That's kind of what you want to look for. What you don't want to look for when you're looking for, this is lower time frame. It actually goes for any time frame, but especially lower time frame. This will like boost your win rate if you can cut this. Is like this kind of shit. You know, we like pop above it and blow, and then like we barely close above, and like you end up taking this barely close above only for it to like come back down and absolutely like chop you to death. Then it gets to like 4 p.m. and you're still here and you're just after like tearing your hair out. It's like the worst thing. So just be mindful. Asian Sunday, Monday, not Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. I'll be here. I think I'll be here Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. I think I'm going to do as well. Yeah, I'll have to talk to Matt. Maybe we'll just, I know we're going to run two like separate streams, or I don't know, maybe if there's a way we could join. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. I imagine that Sundays will probably be, I could be wrong, will probably be the slowest stream just because markets just opened. We don't really have much like info, so um, exactly, we're looking for V's, not W's. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very true, very true. It was just something that it seems so simple now, but it just didn't really click with me for a long time. I was just sitting here like, okay, I'm waiting for a close above here. Anytime it closes above here, I'll just enter, you know. But like now I just have like zero interest in this now. I can just like go about my business. I know I can leave this here and I won't feel bad. Oh man. Let's check gold. Let's check gold. Let's check gold. Yeah, it's just doing not doing a whole pile to be honest. This actually might look good for tomorrow though. This might be setting up nice for tomorrow. Guys, I know we spoke, so obviously I was asking about props and stuff there, but if any of you guys are buying props, I know Nick has a code for like the best discounts and stuff. You can see it there actually at the top of the screen, Nick. So feel free to use that. I don't even have to check for codes anymore. I just like any prop firm I go to, I just hit Nick and it's just like gives me whatever the best deal is. It's actually great. Maybe going forward too, we can use some of the time, like say we're sitting around waiting for a stream, we could just go through. I don't know if you guys want me to look through your trading journals, your trading plans, any like, I guess issues you're having. We can maybe talk a bit psychology, whatever you guys want. Or if you guys have any idea, drop some ideas there. Nick is very open to doing basically whatever you guys want. Because I know Nick will be doing, I think he's talking about doing like some New York streams, so like they'll obviously be very um, trading focused, I guess. These, like I'm definitely going to be looking for setups during these, but we're just going to get nights like these where they don't do anything. So I want to make educational for people. We could even do some back testing. We could do. I'm kind of open to do whatever you guys want, or we can look over my trades. We can do whatever you guys want. Just yeah, just let me know. Just put in some suggestions or whatever you want. How many of you guys here are in the Forever Trading Circle Discord? Or how did you guys just find Nick? Did you come across him on YouTube, Instagram? How did you find Nick's channel? It's kind of a mix. TBZ. Someone was asking about GXT as well earlier. I'm not I can't say I am or I am into GXT trader because I couldn't tell you fully what it is. Like someone was asking, do I require like 2 stages and stuff? No, but I do have the TTFM indicator, but I mainly use candle 2s and candle 3s for like C2, C3 for my bias more so than anything. So, and guys were talking there about using the universal model, just trading from like ERL to IRL, which that's something I definitely use, but I got that more so from the MMXM trader. That's kind of where I learned it. So that's basically how I trade. It's kind of a mix, I guess, is the answer. Yeah, I knew I recognized some of the names here. That's cool. That's cool. Is anybody watching anything else, any other charts that I'm not watching? Ah, shit. Just 9:45 already tonight. That absolutely flew by. Yeah, I was basically looking at that too, Dort, but like OIM is really the only one you can take. So you would want, like, if you're looking for that, you would want, so like, say we get this here, like, like YM is really the only one you can take to the highs. Because like these have already hit their draws. You don't really want to like long these now. But I could see that. I could definitely see that. You could also like if you really want to be aggressive, like this is a you're getting an hourly like C2 here. Have your CSD here. We are getting gaps. Yeah, this could actually be kind of nice. We're getting a couple of gaps. Now I just see like how small and like not clean these gaps are. This is like if this was like NQ or something, it'd be much better because indices in general have less volume during Asia, but YM um, would definitely have the least. But yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad. Some SMT here too. What's a 15-minute look like? I don't know why, but I absolutely hate the 15-minute chart. I don't know why. I have like a real set on the 15-minute chart. Do any of you guys have that? Like with any other time frame? Like I actually don't mind other time frames. For some reason, I'll never. Okay, I won't say never, but like I'll one out of every like 100 trades. Okay, so I'd say 1% of the time I'll use a 15-minute chart for a setup, but I very seldom use them. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, actually showing a bit of strength here. Again, I really just wish it hadn't taken previous weekly high yet. That's kind of how I feel. Dirt, that's kind of how I feel. Like I love the 30-minute, like I love 30-minute gaps because obviously they form quicker. Hourly just feels like, especially if we're trying to trade like New York, waiting for hourly gaps, it just takes a long time for them to form and for them to like, if you want to get like a tap or a sweep or create an hourly C2, and then I find myself if I get onto the 15-minute, I feel like I'm forcing things big time. You have 90-minute SMT here too, actually. Yeah, I do like YM higher, actually, to be honest. I do like YM higher. That's just like like we spoke about earlier when you were like, when we saw this potential short, like we just had, there was no draw, that's kind of why it was like not appealing. You can see, this is kind of clearly showing me this is the draw. Unless these decide to absolutely melt, but ES is much stronger here. It's kind of what it's looking like right there, but yeah. Yep. Yeah, like this isn't a reversal, like, you know. Only thing about taking a YM trade here is it could take, just with the low volume, it could take 3 hours to get to here, you know. Exactly. Yeah, YM usually exactly. It's been it's been the worst pair lately, like by a country mile. And like, say you took this, like, I don't know where you even put your stop. Like, would you put it down here? Here, like, is this a protected low? I don't really know. Like, gap, CSD, like, do that. Like, that's 2.5 hour, even 2 hour. Like, that could take till 3 a.m. to hit. That's good. You guys are seeing the same thing, though. That's good. That's good. Yeah, if you guys wanted to take this, I wouldn't be opposed to it. Another gap here. Like, this is kind of what I was talking about. You want to see, we're talking about CSDs. Like, we have this SMT, this order block, and we get like this reversal straight away. We have a gap it creates. Okay, we tap into it, and then we get this big, like this displacement away. This is exactly what you want to see. Yeah, we were looking at silver earlier. TBZ, we were. It looks good for longs. The only problem about silver is just the risk size is like sickening. Um, I don't like this like deep retracement here, but it's kind of like meh. And gold looks like shit. Like, I don't know, would you be better off waiting for like, say this line here? Like, I would want gold above this gap. It's actually a 90-minute gap. I would want you passed. I would want gold above this 90-minute gap here before I did anything, because like I just can't long this. The only thing is if this like swept this low and created more SMT here to send it higher. Um, yeah, this does look good, but I just don't like this. Obviously, this deep wick. I would love to see like what I want to see now for like, this is the draw, my draw up here. So I won't be long it like no or anything, but what I would love to see is like a couple of 30-minute gaps here, or like a 30-minute gap, and then trade into the gap, and then you trade higher. That's like your universal model or whatever. But right now, like, look at this. Like, look at that. That's just like what can you do inside here, you know? But to answer your question, yes, I wouldn't be shorting gold or shorting silver essentially. Yeah, I don't mind YM here. I'm not going to take it, but I don't mind it for a couple of reasons. It's like, it looks good, has the setup. I don't want to wait till stay up till 3 a.m. to watch it. And will I be annoyed if it goes to the highs without me? Maybe. But if I take this and it gets stops me out, I'll be much more annoyed. So that's a long week. I don't want to. Not that I ever want to be taking low probability trades, but I definitely don't want to be taking them at Sunday open. You know. Yeah, we're nearly at 10. I'll probably just gonna stay on for another couple of minutes, guys. Let's see if we get some expansion here on YM. Gold was kind of like my nice biggest look coming into the night, and that just didn't really do much. No, actually, I take that back. ES was actually, or indices were actually the most obvious draw, but by the time we got on, it was pretty much like at 8 o'clock it had already nearly gone through previous weekly high, which was not ideal. Oh shit, YM's moving. Did anybody take YM longs or no? I know there was somebody in the chat earlier who was in YM longs. I can't remember who it was though. But I'll give you guys a couple more minutes there if there's any last minute questions for a couple of minutes if you guys wanna shoot them. And if not, I just want to thank you all for coming to my first stream. I can't believe how fast it's gone. It's like I can't believe it's like 10 o'clock already. It's crazy. And thanks for all your questions and for just a general chat. It just makes it so much more enjoyable when it's actually interactive. Because like that's what I'm here for. I want to like help you guys out. So 10 o'clock should take it to the highs. Yeah, like this next candle you should be getting, if you're in it, you should be getting your 2 hour on it because like you have your C2 here. Yeah, this looks good. Thanks, Stuart. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks, David. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Like I said, after a couple of weeks, we'll start finding a nice groove in these things, and hopefully, might do a couple of challenges. Like I was talking to Nick. I might get like just take like just buy one eval. We'll say I don't know, take Lucid or TradeWise or my fund of future. So we'll try to start with one eval, run that up, maybe try to get a payout, buy 4 more, do the same thing, and then just try and get like a max allocation and just kind of walk you guys. I think it'd be kind of cool to have that on stream and have it recorded. I think it'd be kind of a cool thing to do. Would probably take a while, but it would also depend on the whole like market dynamics and stuff too. Like obviously, if Asia turns to shit, it'll be hard to do it. But if Asia keeps giving setups, I think it's definitely doable. So that's something I'd like to do. Just talk through the trades, talk through journaling, talk through like mistakes, losing trades, like stuff like that would be great. Yeah, this looks pretty good here now. So just going back to what I spoke about earlier. This is your CST. What we want to see is like come down. We want to see that like we want to see gaps created. Like okay, down here we have it didn't close above. We created a gap here, and we automatically created more gaps. Like this is ideal. These are the kind of CSTs you want to see, guys. And it's a C2 with a bit SMT. Like this is kind of what you want to see, as opposed to like what we spoke about earlier, like the harsh shit we saw like on what was it, like silver or gold, whatever, something like that. Like that's not what you want. I promise if you just stick to these kind of things, like you'll have such a higher win rate. Your 12 hours, where do you live, Dave? You don't live in, I think I asked you earlier, do you still live in Derry? But if you're 12 hours ahead, you're not, right? I'm like, no, 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 I'm not. I'm not. If I was in this trade, I might get you guys to do it, but no, no, I'm not a, I'm not a W on a chat guy. Yeah, I agree. Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. I thought I didn't actually. I saw your comment earlier about port, and I didn't know. I didn't know even know you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to someone else. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. Very good, very good, very good, very good. A lot of Irish and Australia now as well. I have a ton of friends down there. Um, but yeah, Ramon, I agree. And you know how we spoke earlier about like this short was here. So like yes, technically everything can line up for the short to your playbook, but the most important thing is your draw. Like you need to come in every day and be like, okay, what's my draw? Because otherwise you're just pattern trading. Like this is actually a nice pattern here. We have SMT. I guess you could call it like I don't know, maybe this first CSD. We actually get a gap. Like that would actually be a nice thing there. But like where are we drawing to? You know, like that's the kind of the whole point of the game, you know. And if you just go with the higher time frame and just let the higher time frame do the heavy lifting for you, you know, let the market do the heavy lifting for you. Like I'd rather be wrong on a trade up here than like nearly like take a winner with a short. You know what I mean? Now, of course, I'm not never happy taking a loser, but I think you guys know what I mean. Not about yeah, I'd say the weather's a bit better than Derry anyway, David. That's for sure. Did anybody take this long, by the way, or no? No, let me take this away. It actually, like on the lower time frames, like your CSD was here, so like this probably would have been it. You could have taken this gap, but then you also have this gap. You could have just like bundled them all together and like entered like here, we'll say, just like covered all the gaps. Put your stop like, put your stop at the low, body low maybe, because you have three gaps to cover, so like something like that, and aim for the highs. Yeah, yeah. Where's that guy gone? He was asking me about wholly at the previous weekly high. There's definitely somebody, but he was long way earlier than this. I don't know where he got long, but it's a nice long anyway to be in. But good for that guy anyway. Whoever, I hope you're still in here. Nice, nice catch. But okay, guys, if there's no other questions, I'll call it there. Um, yeah, I think it was a great first stream. I just wanted to come on, mainly introduce myself and just kind of let you guys know what the plan was going forward. Glad some of you guys liked the stream. Again, thank you all for joining. I really really appreciate it, and we'll yeah, hopefully we'll just get this thing bigger and better. We'll start doing some giveaways. Hopefully we'll rip through some evals, catch a couple of fire trades. But that's kind of like, yes, that's what I want to do, and it's good learning. But like I mainly would like to just like help you guys out with whatever struggles you have. So if you have like I don't know, want me to look at a journal, want me to check out a trade you take, like say you take a trade tomorrow and you're not sure about it, like screenshot it, send it in here, or send me the link in Notion, do whatever you guys want, and we can review it while we're waiting for trades and stuff. So um, have a good rest of your evening, night, morning, wherever you guys are. Again, appreciate you all for joining, and I'll be here again tomorrow night. I'm actually going to do Sunday. It was supposed to be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, but I'm actually going to do Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. So I will, yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again tomorrow night. Okay, thanks again, and have a good rest of your day. Peace.